Bricktopian. Hello everyone, this is a review for a LEGO Dream set this time. At this current point in time I haven't built any Dream sets at all, so I went for the smallest one to try out the theme. This is in fact a polybag, and it will cost you £3.49 roughly in the UK. And it does not contain any minifigures, although it does contain this Z-Blob mold, which is like this sort of MIDI figure or whatever the heck they're calling them. I don't know what they call them, but they're like somewhere in between one of the teddy bear or toy molds like this, but they're not quite a minifigure either. But they're not quite nanofigs either. They're sort of in between. It is set number 30636 as well. The set is called Z-Blob and Bunchu Spider Escape, and I imagine that is because this weird seat with legs is supposed to be some kind of spider from the evil dream world. It's a 7+ set, and it has 44 pieces. I don't know why this set is a 7+, I thought it might be even less than that, like a 5+, but maybe perhaps because of the small sharp elements such as the claws. First thing I want to say about this set is I don't like the fact there's no minifigures, because it really stands out to me that this has a seat on to capture a dreamer, or a dream crafter as they call them, but it has no minifigs to actually sit on there, which I think is a bit silly in my opinion. I think they should have included someone asleep. Perhaps one of the main cast. I forget their names, Mateo I think it is, and Izzy. I forget some of their names, but if they include one of them in asleep. I know they got one other character, I can't remember their name, who they have in quite a few sets. He's always asleep and wears pyjamas, I've forgotten his name now. But I think one of the main cast would have been fun to include in their polybag. I know quite often in polybags they don't include minifigs, or if they do, it won't include any of this other stuff. It will just be like just this bit. But you know, I still think it would have been good. You do get, like I say, one of these new weird minifig style things though of Z-Blob, which I suppose at least you get that. I prefer personally the version of Z-Blob that's just literally one piece though, and one where it's just like one of them one of them like headlight pieces, whatever they're called. I don't know what they're called. They're like little stubbly bricks. I preferred that as a representation of Z-Blob to this one, because he doesn't really have arms and legs in the show, really, to me. I know you could probably change his appearance to look like that if you wanted to, because he's probably got that ability. But I feel like the other version of him, where it's just a single brick that's like just a little curved dome brick, is a lot more accurate and actually better. I know this can hold on to things and stuff, I guess, although it doesn't give you anything in this set for him to hold on to, but his arms can actually hold stuff underneath the curvature of the shape. But the top of the slime bit actually does come off, so it's actually 3 pieces, because you got the slime piece, you got his head which can be removed, and then you got the body as well. Even though this looks like it's one piece, you can actually take the head off. It's a normal minifigure head, so it's quite funny because it's like so big, the head, compared to the actual body of it. But I don't mind that, it sort of adds to the Dreamzz cartoony vibe. You also get a representation of Bunchu Bunny, which is one of the rabbit style plushie pieces that they use for regular plushies. In like a tan colour they normally are, but in this one it's in a nice azure colour. Medium azure, yeah. And I feel like this is a good representation, because Bunchu is basically a plushie in its standard form anyway. So, whereas Z-Blob isn't. Z-Blob is basically like this living entity anyway. But Bunchu is basically, outside the Dream universe, is just basically a plushie. So it makes sense they use this piece. And I do really like the colour and the little details. I think the face looks pretty great. Actually, you can get this, I believe, in some other sets. I think this is in the Nightmare Shark ship, but it's nice you can get this in a small set. It's also worth noting that when I last looked, you can actually get this piece on Bricks and Pieces, which really surprises me, that a set that's a themed set would have a piece like this. But then again, they did do stuff for Monkey Kid, like the little cat. I forget what the little cat's called now. Mo, I think it's called Mo the cat. Yeah, you can get the adult version and the kitten version of that on Bricks Pieces. So It's actually not that surprising. But yeah, I really like the face design. It looks really cute. It looks a bit scared, but it does look really cute and well done. The torso, I don't know if it's supposed to look like that, but the torso, in my opinion, well, I think it is supposed to look like that. But the torso looks a bit odd with that blob on like that, with the pink and the silver. It is supposed to look like that, I think, yeah, but I'm not a huge fan of that. The arms don't really do anything, but you can add clipped stuff onto it. Apart from obviously them two things, the next main thing is obviously, yeah, the actual spider bot. Obviously, there's a lot of articulation on the actual legs, so you can move them, and obviously these can twist if you wanted them to, although I've just broken it off. But they do twist around if you want them to, which there wouldn't be much point, but yeah, these do twist around if you want. You can just twist it like that, have it at different angles. But it uses a transparent round brick at the bottom to support it, so that it's got a bit more clearance for the legs, which makes sense because otherwise the legs might keep snapping off or pointing up too much, and it might look strange. The seat is nice. It's just a pink simple seat with one of these ingot thingies on the back to support it as like a cushion. The eyes are really a great highlight of the set to me. I just love how much they stand out. And in general, the Dream sets look great because their villain sets have these nice eyes that really add to the feel. And they look really sort of retro to me and sort of very fun in so many ways. And you do actually get a spare of these eyes in this set, which is really good as well. I imagine that loads of people could make some great mocks for the villains, just using these eyes as the basis for that. I don't know about the hero sets, they might be harder to make mocks that would look actually appealing, but the villain ones are just used this colour scheme of the pink and the sort of weird spring green and the weird yellow eyes, and you've got a great basis for one of these builds. And it just adds so much, and I personally think the villains builds in general are, yeah, some of the highlights of the Dreamzz theme. That's why I really like the look of the Nightmare Shark ship. I think that one is fantastic. It's quite big though, but it looks great. On the back, it's just a inverted 1x2 tile there in black, so it holds it and gives a shape to the back of the seat. This bit can be adjusted as well, so you get different angles. On the bottom, you can't really see a lot. They just use one of these modified plate pieces that's got all the bars all the way around, like a hexagon shaped piece, so you can connect all these claws. I forget what it's called, but yeah, you get that. And then obviously the eye bit is just clipped on 1x2 plate with a clip, which holds both the eyes. And these like robot hand pieces are in the metallic silvery color as well, as opposed to just black, which I think works quite well with this particular vibe because it really adds to the robotic vibe. Because I assume this is supposed to be a robot rather than an actual spider, but because it's the Dreamzz universe, I don't know for sure. And then you've got this, which has these weird tail elements that curve around. I haven't actually got any other sets that have this in. I know there's a couple of others, perhaps, but they aren't super used pieces in other things, so it's nice to be able to get these pieces in this set, because they aren't overly done in other sets. You also get some little mushrooms, which use the colour combination of this, the same as the creature. So it's got the spring green 1x1 studs at the bottom, and then it's got some dark pink tops on the mushroom, although they are closer to the colour of this part of the spider than the seat. The base of this plate that all this little section is on is sort of a coral colour, and I'm interested if they choose that colour because I don't think that's used quite as much as some other colours in Dreamzz, but it kind of makes sense because it does make the details stand out well with this and contrast perfectly with everything else included, such as these two figures. You just get a basic rock build, which is two pieces there, and it's just got a 1x2 tile with a jumper on the top there to hold Bunchu. But yeah, there's not really anything else I need to say on this, really. This set is pretty straightforward. You don't really need to know a lot about it. It's pretty easily constructed, but I think it's quite good for a polybag, to be honest. And partly because of getting these two characters, even if they aren't fully fledged minifigures, they are really cute and iconic to the show. And the robot itself for the spider is actually pretty well made. I actually quite like the look of it. I think it's quite a fun build. For so little pieces, I think it's quite good. I just like to say, I think if you had a minifigure or a figure from another set, it would make sense to put it on here asleep because it would be pretty cool. Although it does look quite good just seeing the seat without anything on it, but it would look still better, I think, if it had a minifigure. But yeah, they're just all my thoughts, really. There's not a lot else I can really say, so I hope you've enjoyed this video anyway on the look at this set. And feel free to like, share, and subscribe for more videos, as always. And I'll see you again in the next one.